Hi everyone, a really important question for us. Hi Claire, I'm looking forward to hearing the upcoming food webinar. I have had issues with food for as long as I can remember. I tried so hard not to pass them on to my children, but my daughter is on the verge of being hospitalized with anorexia. I am desperate. I feel so guilty for this. Is there anything in this conversation that can help me and my daughter and the rest of the family? Yeah, so the food webinar is on Wednesday of this week, and it's available for anyone who signs up for the membership. Next time it opens, all members can access it now. Um, yes, and we're looking at food in that webinar because it's such an enormous vital for the health of the form, and also such an area of our lives that gets so complicated, so tangled up with confusion about how we can live, about what we are, about what can be controlled and not controlled, and it can just become a very, very heavy and dangerous place for us. And so thank you to this listener for your honesty. Yes. So is there anything in this conversation that can help? Yes, always, because this conversation is about reality. It's about what is sane. It's about the ending of the exhaustion of fighting and trying to control what is projections from within our own wounds. And with the ending of that fight, energy is freed up, attention is freed up, focus is freed up to give to what is actually going on rather than what is imagined to be there. So yeah, so there's a lot here for us. And the question really, I think, is where do we start? Because often our starting point, particularly when it comes to other people in our lives who we are terrified for, and particularly when that terror involves guilt, shame, this sort of crushing responsibility that somehow this is my fault, that you're like this, and I need to get you well. I need to change you so that you can be better, you can be happy, you can be free, and then I'm free. Then I'm free. Then I'm happy. And so we our starting point is there, really, isn't it? It's like how can I make this person be well? And that's always the confused place to start, because that person doesn't really exist yet in the way they appear to. When our experience of them is held in this place of shame, place of resistance, really, resentment underneath, horror, fear, we're not dealing with them. We are dealing with our own demons, our own wounds, our own insecurities, our own fears, our own survival mode. We can't really see them. And this desperation for them to be cured, in order that finally I can have peace, I can sleep well. It looks like it's all about them. It looks like our entire lives are about them, but they're not really. It's really ultimately about how can I be free, really, if we're really honest. And it's fair enough to be honest, because that's the process. It's for all of us. This is the same for all of us. So we might as well begin with our own freedom. That's what we want. We want our own sanity. We want our own peace. So let's begin there. Let's find that first of all. And the way to find that is through sanity. And sanity comes through every moment in which there is that feeling of separation, that feeling of resistance and resentment, that feeling of fear, insecurity, need, shame, of being still in that moment, to have the feelings. We're desperately trying not to have them, which is why we desperately need this other person to be well. We're reversing that now. We're saying these feelings are here to be had, so we're going to have them. So we might sit with this person. They might be doing everything that we are desperate not to see in them, everything that triggers us, and we're going to have that, sit in presence to that, because that is, I mean, that's the starting point for everything, because not only is the attention now on the reality of our own body, instead of, it's not anymore in these images of the future, these regrets from the past, this prediction, second guessing of what's going on in the minds of this person and everyone else who's observing this situation of our family, all the people affected. The mind can be seen for the incredible film producer that it really is. Full, all effects, everything going on, completely believable and absolutely irrelevant, has no information whatsoever about this situation. Looks like it, but it doesn't. The only information, the only reality is this right now, what's going on right now in us. And that shift of attention, because before, when we're with the other person, we're desperately trying to get rid of the feelings within us. So we're like, get well, be different. And at the same time, all the scenarios in the mind just look real. They're not questioned. And so we think we're with the other person, but they're lost in all of this. There's no hope of being with that other person. We're with a full projection. And so this shift now, allowing of the feelings within us, and at the same time, this recognition that nothing that is not here right now has any truth whatsoever, that allows for sanity to go through this mind body, or to be unveiled in this mind body. And that sanity is so restful for the other person to be in, because now we can hear them, we can see them, we can be with them. That's where we begin. It's the only place to begin, always. Only place to begin. And it's a process. It's not going to be easy for us. There will be things coming up. There will be shame and fear, insecurity, need. And over and over and over again, we can sit and inquire with them. And really, and so when the shame story begins, we can really consider what is that believed decider, that believed chooser, that believed doer at the heart of shame. When fear comes up, we can really see what is that future projection. Really, what is it? Where is any truth in that? And this insecurity, this horror, really, of existence, we can really see what is that, what's the I, what is the I at the heart of that is so insecure, so fragile. And this is a deeply healing and undoing process. And it can look like navel gazing, it can look like an obsession with ourselves while another person is suffering, but it's not an obsession with the ego. It's a turning of all attention onto what is true, what is real, what is actually going on. And in that process, the reality of the other starts to be revealed. And maybe for the first time in a long time, perhaps there's actual presence to that other person. And so it begins with us always. And that's, yeah, that's why this conversation helps everything. It's sanity, it's reality, and it's the end of a fight within us, a battle within us that just destroys us, really takes all the energy, all the resources. It's the end of that. Yeah. All right. So much love to you. Bye.